Hello everybody, this is Terry Jeanette with the Tapping Flamingo. Today's video is all about a necklace I will be making with some of the beads I received from BB Craft. I just recently learned about BB Craft, and boy do they have a lot of really cool stuff in their shop, including these gorgeous ocean agate. Actually, when you look at the description, it says ocean agate, ocean jasper, but look how pretty they are. And I think they're going to pair really well with these coconut shell beads. Both of these I got off of BB Craft. In addition to some other strands of beads, if you would like to check out my unboxing, just hop on over here for that. I'll leave a link for you to do that. And I've actually made several other necklaces with some of the other beads I've received. But today it's all about these two sets of beads. Now, in addition to this ocean jasper and the coconut, I think I'm going to mix my metals. I want to put this antique, I think it's antique copper, yeah. These little tiny spacer beads. I'm going to use these. And I'm going to use a little bit of silver. It's more of an antique silver. And I think I might want some bling in there. And I'm probably going to use these brown crystals. I think that's going to make a really nice necklace. So I got my bead board out and I am separating all my beads here, and I got to get them off of their strings. I'm probably going to make about an 18-inch necklace, so I won't be using all these beads. Love this color. And I've already made 2 necklaces, and I haven't used 2 whole strands of these coconut beads. So these coconut beads go a long way. All right, so we have everything all ready to start laying out. And normally what I do when I start creating, I just start putting beads down. Maybe I'll start with 10. So we got 2, 4, 6, 8, and let's see, 9. Trying to get them where they are pretty much look alike. And then I want to figure out what type of, how I want to do the focal. I'm thinking I might want to put some of these coconut beads maybe in the center here. And then maybe I'll flank those with either some crystals or some of these other metal beads. I'm going to play around with this a little bit, and then I'll come back and show you what I've come up with and maybe describe my thought process a little bit. So I think this is what I'm going to come up with. I have, is in the center, 3 coconut beads, and then I used the silver and antique copper beads, and then I used the ocean jasper, coconut beads, ocean jasper, back to the metal beads. Then I used 3 of the ocean jasper, back to the metal beads again, and then I've got 10 of the coconut, and I've ended with the metal beads again, and then I'm just going to finish the rest of it with chain. And I haven't figured out if I'm going to use the antique copper or if I'm going to use silver tone. I have to see. I'm not for sure I even have the copper. but I may be going with the silver anyway. But I really like how this has turned out. One thing when you're using the coconut beads, they're not cut, and this is no matter where you get them, they're not all cut even. Some of them are a little thicker. Some of the discs are thicker than others. So when you measure, you need to either try to pick out the same size beads, or you may have to use a ruler to make sure they come out the same. You don't want this to be like 1.5 inches and this to be 3/4 of an inch. It would throw your piece off. And that especially happens when you're using a lot of them, like here with 10. I have a feeling this side here is going to be longer than this side, because as I was putting these together, one side, as I was picking the beads up, seem to be thicker. So I'm probably going to have to play around with them to get them even. But anyway, let me get this strung up and I will be back. So I almost have this finished. I took out a few beads. What I did, recap a little bit, 3 coconut discs, the ocean jasper. I put a little bit of bling in here, flanked with some silver tone beads. I don't know if you see the shine on those. Then we got some more of the ocean jasper. This time I used the copper bead in between 2 of the silver tone beads, and then I used 10 of these coconut discs and finished it off with the same as I did here. And then I just added some chain. And now all I need to do is open up these jump rings and put the clasp on, and then we're going to make some earrings to go with this. See if we can get that on there. There we go. Close it up. And I did make sure my clasp was working. Always need to do that. Sometimes these clasps don't work. All right, let's open this jobber do up. Feed the chain in there. And close it back up. Make sure we don't have a gap in between there. And we have us a finished necklace. There we go. Oh, that's so pretty. I love this combination together. Now for some earrings. Get everything gathered up here. Of course, we need our ocean jasper. We need a couple of ear wires, a couple of head pins. I want to use those crystals that I used in here, and the copper spacer beads and the silver spacer beads, and then I have a few little seed beads. These are going to be your basic easy earrings. So you grab you a head pin. I always like to use one of these little seed beads. We don't want any of the other beads falling off the bottom, especially these. These have quite a big hole in them, and I think they probably would not stay on the head pin. So that will be our next bead. And then we're going to put the ocean jasper on there. Aren't those beautiful beads? And then I want to put the silver tone bead, and then the crystal, and then one of these little tiny seed beads. And that's what our earring's going to look like. Very simple, but a little bling. I like to use my finger to kind of measure how long I want my head pin before I start wrapping it. I have small hands. I don't know if you can really tell here, but it works for me. You kind of have to figure out what works for you as far as size goes. But when I do this, because I'm always measuring in the same spot, I kind of get a uniformity out of that. Okay, now to make our little loop, like so. Then we're going to hang it on the ear wire. I'm going to open it, hang it, close it up, make sure it is in there all right. And sometimes this is a little crooked, so I just take my round nose pliers in there and I just kind of straighten it up a little bit. Well, there we go. One earring down. And now for the next one. By the way, if you're interested in any of these beads, I can't remember if I said anything or not, but if I already have, just a reminder, you can use the code word HIPPIE5, that's HIPPIE, and the number 5 to get a $5 discount off of any order that's $40 or more. I've got all that information at the bottom, the link to go to for BB Craft to do that and all. They've got some really pretty things in there. It's hard to decide what you want because you want it all. It's absolutely gorgeous. And there we go. Make the little loop, open it up. And we have a nice little earring, pair of earrings to go with our necklace. Are you one of these people that like to have matching sets? I know some people don't. I do sometimes, and sometimes I don't. I keep picking up the wrong pliers there. So make sure that's closed. One thing I just want to show you. See how it's kind of open there? This little seed bead can fall off. So you want to make sure that is closed. See, let me show you. See how it's doing that right there? That little bead. You want to make sure. In fact, I closed it with it up there. There, I was able to fix it. I couldn't see it too well. Sometimes in order to get into the camera shot, I have to put it way far away from my eyes, and I don't have that good of eyes. Sometimes I have to stop and fix it and come back. Anyway, here is the set. I love this. I need to make me a set. Maybe that'll be my next video. Stay tuned for that because I do have one more set of beads I haven't used from BB Craft yet that I received. October 2021 shipment. Anyway, I hope you give me a thumbs up. That is always appreciated. And leave a comment down at the bottom what you think of this. Mostly though, I hope you all have a fantastically wonderful day. This is Terry Jeanette with the Tapping Flamingo signing out for now. Bye-bye.